First, the teacher should make book selections and present the books to students. The teacher should present a variety of different books at different levels. For example, if you were going to teach your students about the fantasy genre of literature through literature circles, you would select 5 to 6 fantasy books and let your students choose from among this set of books. When we give students some choice but not total free rein, we call it bounded choice. As we learned last week, even some choice can be motivating. It's also important for you to present the books to your students so they can learn about the books and make a selection. Some teachers do this by giving book talks, which are catchy, short summaries that pique students' interest. Other teachers use book trailers, which are like movie trailers but for books. You can find many book trailers online. Students sign up for the book they want to read and discuss. If a student chooses a book that is much too hard, you may need to have a private conversation with the student and help them find a more suitable book. Likewise, if you have a strong reader who picks a book that is much too easy, you may need to do the same for them. Students form literature circle groups based on their book choices and not on their reading level. Once you have grouped students according to their book preferences, assign them roles and distribute role sheets. The students meet in their literature circles and they decide how much of the book they will read by their next literature circle meeting. You will need to set a deadline for when every group should be finished their entire book, though you should let the groups decide how many chapters they want to read at a time if your students are ready for this responsibility. Students read their book and complete their role sheets independently. Most teachers assign this as homework, but you can also give students time during class if you can. Students discuss their books within their literature circle groups during class time. They share their role sheets and each student performs their assigned role. As we mentioned previously, the teacher can dispense with roles and role sheets as students become ready to have organic conversations about books. During a literature circle discussion, the teacher circulates among groups and may scaffold participation by asking follow-up questions or encouraging quiet students to contribute. However, literature circles are about giving students the center stage. The teacher acts like a guide on the side during literature circle discussions. At the conclusion of their in-class literature circle discussion, students switch roles and are given new role sheets. If they were the discussion director in their first discussion, they may become the literary luminary for the second discussion. Students must also decide how much of their book they will read for the next discussion. This step is repeated multiple times until groups have finished reading the book. Finally, when a literature circle group is done reading its book, you may have them complete a special project like creating a book trailer of their own. Regardless of the form it takes, all groups should be encouraged to present their literature circle books to the class. This allows all students to discover new books and to spark conversations about books, which supports a literacy-rich environment.